Excellence. Is it measured in likes, bottom lines, or the impact we make around us? The things we build, the students we inspire, the care we give.
Baby girl.
At CQ University, we recognise all kinds of excellence. We combine contemporary courses with more choices and real support to empower you to create the success that means more to you. Be with CQU.
I'm Jarrell Yahi, a proud Aboriginal man and former Origin great 172. FOGS was established in 1997 by Dick Tosser-Turner and Alan Graham to honour the legacy and contributions of Queensland State of Origin players. FOGS isn't just about celebrating past glories, it's dedicated to making a difference in the community. From supporting grassroots and elite rugby league to fundraising charities that are near and dear to our members' hearts. Through the connections of our Queensland Maroons, we hope to shape a brighter future for all.
Welcome to Durumble Country, where tradition, talent and community collide. At the heart of it all, rugby league, a game that unites city and bush, past and future. This is the CQ University Confraternity Carnival. Here we play with heart, faith and the spirit of confraternity. Proudly hosted by the Cathedral College, where the spirit is alive.
You might not see them at first, but they're there. Threads. It is the connection we feel when wearing the blue and gold. We're more than just borders. We're brothers, bound by the values of presence, simplicity, family spirit, and love of work. These are the threads that connect us, past, present, and future. And when our time here ends, those threads don't break. They travel with us in the choices we make, the friendships we keep, and the faith we carry forward. We're stitched into something greater, because at Marist College Ashgrove, every thread matters.
Thanks, Matty. Hey, mate. Quick. Yeah, you coming up? Yeah, if you want. You don't have to. All right, mate. We'll have the second one. Okay. Yep. Yep. So we've got Villanova College up against Thomas Moore. The hooter has gone. We haven't started yet. The old kicking tee. That old chestnut needed to turn up. We've got that out. Referee for this one is Jack Peterson. Formerly from Brisbane, now up in Townsville. He's down here in Rocky refereeing this one. Villanova on your left of screen and the green and yellow, and St Thomas Moore on the right of screen kicking off. So a little bit of a slight late start here, but the clock still starts, so we've already had 50 seconds of this game. Villanova from Cooperoo in Brisbane. That's the 40-metre line, so trying to get to their kick. Obviously, Villanova coming off a rugby union season. Benny. Dart from dummy half. Bishop gets the offload there to the lock forward there, and Murnane goes sideways. Tackle there is Jackson Reed from Thomas More. Kick that's been charged on, play on, says the referee, dived on, so St Thomas More will have a good field position. They're 10 out from the halfway line. Kick didn't find its mark, cross field. Easy tack, penalty. I think might have actually been against Buchanan offside. Halfback too enthusiastic, so a penalty to St Thomas More to get them out of trouble. Just as I speak, I don't know how he's going to go. He's got to do his best, Gus Gould, and be non-biased. Young Jack Buchanan's dad, John Buchanan's going to join us. John for a long, long time, from back in the day, coaching Winner Manly, South, East, been everywhere. He's down back at Winner Manly, and he's not coaching this side, so we'll see how we go. JB, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks, Johnny. Thanks for having me. Sorry about being late.
No, that's quite all right. There's not much time between games, is there? So I'm very happy that you're here to help me out here. As you see St Thomas More on the charge here, big fella going for a charge. Tuitar gets the offload and ends up in the hands of a Villanova player. And they'll work it out. I was just saying, JB, coming from a rugby union season, they're straight into rugby league. How hard's it?
Yeah, no, I think there's a fair few of the boys out here that play a lot of league now. So, yeah, they should go okay. They haven't had a lot of time together, obviously, coming out of rugby season, but most of them played either in the first for rugby or in the second, so they know each other pretty well.
All right, as we see Villanova work it out from their own end, and this is a game to be watched. There's another crackerjack one after this one here, but Villanova, has that been touched? It's going to be Sayes. What's the ruling there, JB?
Oh,
sure didn't play properly.
Apart from the kick out on the full, maybe incorrect play the ball.
So the penalty goes to scrum feed to Thomas More. Paddy Byron is part of the coaching of the Lorries. Who we got over at Villa?
Michael Carl's there,
Yep.
so former Valley's player. Yeah, Mick's had him for a few years, does a good job with them, and yeah, all the boys really enjoy playing for him.
Because what I'm saying is, like, Paddy Byron's coming from a rugby union background. He's coaching the Lorries League side, so you've got coaches who've coached union and then got to coach league.
Yeah.
You've coached a lot of rugby league. How would you go as a union coach?
Nah,
Sydney
probably
rules?
struggle with the technicalities of it, but yeah, maybe skill-wise it would go okay, but
it'd be interesting to see how coaches rearrange themselves from 15 to 13. As you see St Thomas More here, the ball goes back inside. Might have been called there by Lachlan Francis. He'll get up and play it, so it's with Jensen was the tackler.
Fair breeze up here. I didn't realise.
Well, it wasn't before, and actually that's
Okay.
my fault, because I said to I was saying to our camera guys, no breeze to speak of, and it's slowly starting to pick up. So that it's coming from top to bottom, I think. Doesn't really favour anyone, except the lip balm companies. Blowy days, unlike Bundaberg 5 years ago, where it blew a gale, as you see Darcy Kerr get to the 40. Slow play the ball here, might have looked real good. Francis. Dummy half now is Hudson Bishop. Goes from dummy half. Only one marker here, trying to get through there as Bishop. Doesn't get too much further, gets whipped down to the ground here, and then that loses the footy. So St Thomas will come up with the footy on the 20, I should say.
You'll start getting through their sets a bit, Villa. Like, that's their third incomplete coming out. So, really important they just try and get to the end and punch the ball into the breeze and defend up.
Being their first game, I imagine that'd be the mantra for all sides, just to play one-out footy, just get their bearings, get the lactic acid out of themselves, and just mistake-free footy.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously a bit greasy as well.
Yeah, it's a long carnival. 21 players you can select from. The kick goes through there from Jensen. Allowed to bounce there by Darcy Kerr. Takes that on his 20-metre line. He has an option to the left. He's going to take it himself. The Maori side strip straight to Masterson. He's under there somewhere. There he goes. Actually, it wasn't Masterson. It was the number the number 20 in Lachlan Heffernan. Winger coming in now, and Sean Kelly. That's good meters there from Sean Kelly. Gets across, still going to Sean Kelly. That's a great carry. That gets him on the front foot here, Villanova. They go to the left-hand side of Darfur, dummy half from Bishop again. Easy meters, goes without the foot. He's going to be diving on the back here. It's the referee. Peterson says it's a knock on. Looking good there, the Villa attack.
Yeah, he probably just lacked a little bit of support into some space off his shoulder there, but yeah, this got to be a little bit flatter and expect to play on the back of those fast rucks.
So as I said, there's no stoppages. 20 minutes end-to-end stuff. And a 5-minute break in between games. And they play 4 games in 2 days, JB. Pretty hard ask, but they're young.
Yeah, mate, we'd all love to do it again at
totally.
that age. So
Exactly right.
I'll be right.
Like, we had played 1 game. It took a week to play. They come to this left-hand side, the broadcast side. Bit of a goose-stepping run here from Rash. Tackle around the ankle there by Buchanan. Goes past Buchanan now. There's Martin. It's to the 40. It's a tackle there is Binney.
Had a real good rugby season, Sam Binney. He was probably one of the best for Villanova in the ALC rugby.
Played tight or loose?
He plays up front, yeah. Not sure what one, but he's definitely up front. He's played a fair bit of league too. He was in the East Cyril Connell squad this year. Yeah, he's a real good kid.
He's Brisbane Tigers right next door to Villanova College. Last tackle now says referee Peterson. Ryan puts it aerial. Oh, knocked on. That's play on as the fullback is with Rash, and Rash comes up with a footy. Trying to catch that AFL style and just knocked it on. So that's a catch at gully, the hands, fingers up, fingers down sort of situation. He knocks it on. It's with Patterson now. They got 6 more to go here, said referee Peterson. Oh, easy through, goes over and scores, and the hooker in Lincoln Martin scores. He thought about throwing the pass here. I don't think the dummy was on. I think the player outside him was going to overrun it, but yeah, that error from the kick, and they come up with the chocolates.
Yeah, well, he didn't really need to go up with his hands above his head. There was no real heat on him. He needed to just take the kick, but they put themselves under pressure, to be honest. They haven't completed a set in the last 4, so yeah, if you keep doing that, you're going to obviously be defending your line.
Yeah, I don't think the wind had anything to do with it. You're right, his hands weren't in the right spot.
Yeah.
You tend to take those ones in the bread basket rather than over the top of your head, but he'll, if you do it once, it's a mistake. You do it twice, you've probably got a problem, but I'm sure he'll learn from that, and this is what it's all about, confraternity. So wait for this conversion attempt, but try scored there by Lincoln Martin. It's getting a bit cooler, JB.
Yeah, it's a bit breezy up here. But,
my feet were wet from walking here. I made a mistake of thinking it wasn't far to walk, and nearly an hour's walk from where I'm staying. Shoes filled up full of water pretty quick, but it's good to see the sun's out. It's supposed to have clear conditions for the rest of the carnival. You here for the week?
Yeah, here for the week,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, sort of got a couple of hats on this week, just doing a little bit for winning. We've got a few boys in, obviously, the Iona side that will play later on, and obviously, yeah, watching the young fella play as well.
But it's, and we've talked about NRL scouts being here, but obviously the Host Plus Cup clubs also have a lot of involvement in searching out players for development.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you get some good kids out of this carnival. Yeah, there's a few. I know I've already seen a couple of the boys from the Host Plus Cup clubs here, and obviously there's some NRL scouts here as well. But yeah,
some of those NRL Cup scouts are here, maybe at the instigation of the NRL clubs. Obviously with Broncos feeding into Wynnum, and obviously the Storm feeding into East. Get some players, some scouts up here to have a bit of a look. Yeah, bring through your systems as well.
Yeah, well, there's obviously some kids might be, regional based that come down to go to university or something in Queensland, so you just never know.
Well, it's just a buffet, isn't it? You've got it all here in one spot. You can just pick and choose. You haven't got to go too far to find a game of footy, like 50 metres, and just to check out the talent, especially in the Div 1 department.
Yep.
So that's the 20-metre line. Thomas More. Now we've still got 9 minutes remaining first half, so they lead 6-0. The conversion was successful. maybe got him above the horizontal. Peterson has no hesitation to put the arm in the air here. And they'll get a relieving kick. The breeze at their back.
Yeah, that's poor again. Like, no need for it. Play 4. Had them pretty much kicking from inside their own half and give a penalty away.
All right, I'm going to pick your brain on this. How do you try and get a player to make a tackle when it's one-on-one with momentum and not actually have them end up above the horizontal? I just find, we had a penalty earlier. It was a Trevor Gilmeister classic. He probably only just went above the horizontal because he picked him up and drove him into the ground. I mean, it's how do you coach good tackling and then good tackling without going above the horizontal?
Yeah, he's got to be smart,
tricky,
mate.
Yeah. You need that second player in there so it doesn't happen. Anyway, yeah, just take it out of the game above the horizontal, same as the head knocks. As we see St Thomas More again on the attack here. Throws a bit of a dummy there. There's Jensen will take the tackle. 12 metres out from the try line. Lost it. He does a Gronk spike. He's not happy. But no one to blame yourself. There's nobody else involved. And referee's looking right at him. So relief here for Villanova. I'll get a scrum feed 25 metres out.
Yeah, really important here they get some field position on the back of this set because they've had none and haven't been able to build any pressure at all.
Not too many kicks. You're right, the completion rates probably haven't been that great. We're waiting for an extra player to get into the scrum. We need 6 gents. If you've got double digits on your back, it's a good chance that you're one of those guys that we need in there. All right, scrum to be fed by Bishop. Take the carry up there, the tackle there.
Yeah, well, that's his strength. He's only a year 11 kid, young Darcy Kerr, and he had a really good rugby season, but his strength's his running game. He doesn't need to worry about looking to pass at the moment. He just needs to run hard.
Yeah, well, we've spoken about how there's some year 11 players here. Some players can actually end up with 3 carnivals on their belt to play grade 10, and that was Max Radikoski. Got that wrong there.
Rakatowski.
There you go. Hudson Bishop now. He's a dynamic player out of dummy half as well. The 9. The big fella throws a dummy. There's no way he's going to pass that footy. He just
he's never passing.
Bulldozes his way through. Still going. Great carry. Was that Tupu?
That's Jet Tupu. Johnny Tupu's boy, former Samoan great. His dad.
Francis. Buchanan. Short ball. Lovely ball. Try line's waiting for Foster and he gets there. That's better play. Quick, sharp hands there, John Buchanan, and they come up with their first 4-pointer.
Yeah, well, they've had great field position off the back of Jet Tupu carry, and it wasn't a bad, nice little short ball from the young half, and Joey Forster ran a really good line, which is, as I said before, they've finally got some field position, and they needed to.
When you say good field position, basically he he hit the man on the fly. They knew where exactly where he was, and Thomas Moore couldn't readjust, but that's continuity from players who've played together.
Yeah, a lot of these boys have been playing footy together since grade 5, so they've got some good little combinations when they want to hold the footy, that's for sure.
So Thomas Moore, look out if Villanova start getting into their work. This breeze really starts to pick up, and poor old Lachlan Francis will kick into the teeth of this. Right down the barrel. Just to level it up with 5 minutes remaining first half. Strikes it nicely. Conversion is successful. 6-all.
A good kick from Lockie.
What's a good kick? Just want to be careful with the restart that they go too deep. I was just saying, JB, you wouldn't have been there. Shalom College hosted at Bundaberg 5 years ago and was one of the worst days for wind. How many players from kick-off not dead in goal, dead over the dead ball line, like 30 metres. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Short kick-offs were just the order of the day, and they still made it to the try line. Here, actually, while there's a breaking play, now my bugbear, JB, I've been having this for you might have seen it on the socials, how the short line drop out.
Yeah. I actually did see... I did see your question. I didn't respond, but and I did see was it Lloyd Perrett's response? Yeah, look, I was with you. It was the Origin game you were talking about, was it?
It was the Origin game.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in going long straight up on the first repeat set. And if the opposition get another repeat set, then I like to try and go short. But definitely the first one. Yeah, I don't think the results, like that. Like they'll get that there now, but they could probably do it another 5 times and not get a result.
Correct.
So, that was probably just poor from us there. We didn't cover from Villa, they didn't cover the line. But yeah, the line dropouts is a big one because it's just a lottery, and some teams thrive and would rather defend their line closer. I'm just a big believer in punch it downfield and get the first 3 plays out of the way and then hang on.
I tend to get it if you're behind and there's not much time left on the clock.
That's right.
That particular time of the game, and it even happened in the Broncos and Penrith grand final a couple of years ago. Jesse Arthurs knocks it back. He couldn't call it. Yeah, and they score, and they were in front of the time. So I just don't understand. Get down the other end of the park. But anyway, here's a chance here now for Villa. It's with Buchanan, I think it is. He's going to go. That's a fullback there, and Kerr for the try line. Is it?
No, that's Taji Graham. That is. Yep. Number 5.
Winger.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank God you're here. Good name for a TV show. But just an offload there that didn't find the mark. Might have been jostled or knocked out.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good contact indeed, and just the ball spat out. So.
That's great. Goes to the other end, and all of a sudden they're ahead 10-0. With a kick to come, which you think you'll get. But like I said, you can be on the attack, and all of a sudden, good pace there to get to the other end and put his side back in front. But, well, that's good. I'm glad I've got one ally. I've been copping grief ever since. But I understand that you have the markers aren't involved in the play there, and you've got the 13 players on the try line, but honestly, where you are. And then I asked, why don't you do short kickoffs like the Walker brothers do all the time when if you lose it, the damage isn't anywhere near as bad. You're 40 metres out from try line rather than 10.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that doesn't happen. And the other thing I saw here today, I don't know why that's not more often, is a restart from halfway. They kick towards the goalpost.
Yeah, okay.
Now, if you're a fullback, you're underneath that. You've got 2 goalpost pads and a crossbar to
contend
to
with.
negotiate, along with pounding feet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Johnny. So, it's all these sort of plays, but I've got too much time on my hands, JB, clearly. Conversion attempt coming through. Strikes it nicely, and it starts to left or right. No, it's going to be
tough day for goal kickers.
Yeah, well, the uphill putt, obviously into the teeth of the breeze, you can bang it and hope it stays on its line. But anyway, the score remains 10 points to 6. I don't think we'll get, might get 1 or 2 tackles. Let's see if Thomas will go for the short restart. Again, they were only down. There's 1 try. I don't know why there was a short kick off there either. That
I
think,
as well. To be fair to St Thomas More, I think they saw some space. I think Angus Meredith here was probably 15 metres back. So
good vision.
Yeah.
There you go. This is going to be allowed to bounce. Goes finally into the hands of.
That's Maxi Green.
And they'll get a couple of tackles. I don't think they'll just do some one-out stuff here. And every side needs a red head and a fired up one of that. And the defence comes through there with Mojine. Sean Kelly. Now with Meredith. It's good intent here from Villa, even though the clock's against. They go to left-hand Buchanan. The halves combining. No look pass here. Still alive here for Villa. Wants the ball back inside. Does indeed. It goes all the way to the try line. He might have got himself a double, has he, JB?
Nah, that's young Darcy Kerr. I mentioned before. Just needs to run the footy, Darcy. He's a really good player. Good shape coming out of their own end and transition the ball well.
Wow. Like I said, they were just showing good intent there, and the clock was running down against them, but they didn't even look at the clock. They just played footy.
Yeah, no, it was good football. Good to see.
Conversion, well, you might learn from this one, see how he goes, but good thing you were here, JB. I picked the wrong player.
Yeah, well, they look similar here, him and young Taj Graham, but I'll give you a tip. Young Kerr's got the lime green boots on. There you go.
There you go.
Fullback.
You're not leaving me, eh?
No, I'll stay for the remainder. Yeah, all good. I was a bit worried about coming up for this one. I thought I might be a little bit biased, but yeah, it's all good.
You're a professional. You've been doing this a long time. So we'll wait wait for this conversion. We'll take a quick break and come back with the second half. Got to thank our sponsors, obviously CQ University, Struddies, Fog's involved, which is good. Big Mal will be here tomorrow. I think Bobby Linden's going to be trot out as well.
Actually, I saw Billy Moore when I walked in, so...
Oh, Billy's here? Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Former, well, great Queenslander Billy Moore.
Conversion, it's not going to have the legs, is it? No, waves right to the right-hand side. Half-time here, so the scoreline 14 points to 6. They were down 6-0. Villa, they come back with a couple of tries at the back end. He tries to Foster, Graham and Kerr, and then a try to Ling and Martin for Thomas. We'll take a break.
Into the arms of Farnworth. Booming! Oh, what a shot. Bostock. Katoa. Oh, held it beautifully. Oh, that is just brilliant. Kicking for Bostock. Yeah! What a try, Jack Bostock. The crowd wants him to take off. He does take off. Just sit back and enjoy this wonderful sight. Last tackle, the poking kick, and it's a try! Sam McIntyre poaches one. Robson's away. What a tackle! Oh, Purdue straight through and he scores! Purdue, another try for the youngster.
For more than 160 years, Brisbane Catholic Education has educated generations of families in our schools. Covering the city, coast and country, our 140 plus schools across southeast Queensland are united to deliver an innovative and holistic education, one that nurtures students' minds, hearts and spirits, all with the aim of forging a brighter future. Brisbane Catholic Education, an education to believe in.
All right, second half is done. Yeah, good end of the half there, John Buchanan for Villa. So for Thomas Moore, I think Villa learned from their mistakes early in the first 10 minutes. They got back into their game of footy and started to play more percentage. They didn't complete in that first 10 minutes. In the second 10 minutes, they certainly got to their kicks and got better field position to take that lead.
Yeah, well, they got to start well here. You know, their start wasn't good. Back end of the first half, they finished well, and they need to make sure they really lift here. And I'm sure St Thomas More will be wanting to do the same.
Good chase there from the kick-off here. So Thomas More will have to run this out 10 metres out from their own try line. So obviously don't want to be too over-enthusiastic. Villanova give away a penalty to let them out. So 20-metre line still hasn't been crossed. I'll tell you what, the Thomas More players aren't really lining up to take any carries either. They're really going to spread it wide early, but big fella goes forward looking for an offload, doesn't do so. Covered there from Radakovsky. Rain starting to come back here at on field one. Oh, I see changes by Thomas Moore, so they put a couple of big bodies out there now. One of those there is Tuatafi kicking on this is the last.
It's a fair kick into a breeze.
Knocked back, will the referee says so, correct. It's going to be brought back in by Emerington. And a penalty. Well,
that's a shame there because he was a real good kick. Had him pinned coming out of their own end.
I'm sure that kick for touch with the breeze at their back. This could go deep into St Thomas More territory. It goes out, and it will. That's a good kick. I'll take 12 metres off the account here towards the try line. So, said a couple of players coming on for St Thomas More, and one of those is Isaac Newelly, wearing the number 13 with a good carry earlier, but now he'll have to defend. Rodakowski.
Max Rakatowski.
He's been strong. I guarantee he's going to get footy every second ball. The way I'm going with this pronunciation. Tupu.
I might be wrong as well, mate. So,
big carry here from Tupu. Gets within 8. They still haven't brought him down. Short ball. Try time to close. Defence is coming from St Thomas More. Might be the lock forward there in Murnane. Stands in the tackle. To the right. They've got numbers here. Put it through. Buchanan finds the mark. Try the corner. Lovely stuff here. Meredith gives the offload, and I think the try scorer might have been
Sean Kelly. Yeah, good footy. Great. Good couple of good carries. One from Jet Tupu and Eddie Murnane followed it up, and just obviously stripped them a little bit on that left edge, and or Villa's right, and come up with the try. It's a good start. It's a heaps better start than their first half.
Now, I'll jump in here. Jack Buchanan's really started to get into this game. He was finding ball runners, creating, putting them through gaps or creating opportunities out wide here. So he's starting to turn this side around. The number 7 for Villanova. Lachlan Francis on the other side. But good play there. So Buchanan involved both of those tries for 2 of those tries there for Villanova. I want to be careful to shut that down. But their forwards have been. Jet Tupu's really starting to lead from the front, isn't he?
Yeah, well, him and young Edison Murnane, the 13, are both good players. Both played a lot of league, so if they can get them going forward, they've got some strike out wide.
Yeah, Tupu's gone to the bench. I think whether Benny might come back out.
I think Sam's actually a bit crook today, to be fair. Hasn't been feeling real good, so he started there, and they might try and just get him through the game without too much time.
It's a long week, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Conversion is waved away. Score remains 18 points to 6. Yeah, you got to sort of carry these guys. You got 21 players?
Yeah, I think they got 21. Yeah. Yep. So
manage those. You've seen a couple of players already. Over the back, we've got Padua College going up against Brother St Brendan's, I think. So big crowd over there, but the crowd's starting to build here at in Rocky. You drive up or fly up, JB?
Nah, well, the boys flew up, dropped them at the airport, and sat in the car with the wife for 7 hours. I'm sure she was over it after the first hour, but it's not a bad drive. I actually drove
come
up.
the coast or we come in the middle?
No, it came straight. Well, is there only?
You come through Dolby and go that way.
Mate, no, that's a long way, isn't it? Straight up the coast road. It's not a bad drive. Found a few decent stops along the way.
Well, a few of these sides actually come by train, tilt train.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Well, look, they're coming from all over Queensland. There's a heap of different ways. It's probably easier to get here than going to Brisbane to get a flight to Rocky. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we see the Villa side now with the second half. Still a lot of time, 18 points to 6, 12-point ball game. But, as I said before, the halves and the forwards are starting to get into their work here for Villanova. The first game of the Carnival. Referee wants that to be played back on the mark. Referee Jack Peterson from Townsville, used to be in Brisbane.
That's young Bailey Sheridan just come on for Villanova. I think it's his first sort of involvement today. He's a bit at his 3rd year in this Bales. He's a good kid, so looking forward to seeing how he goes.
We talk about players being involved in state of origin who come through confraternities. Like Cameron Munster is one of those. So there's certainly a breeding ground for some talent here as wind and rain starts to pick up. So with this lead of 18 points to 6, it might come in handy. They scored the points when it was dry. A little kick out of the top here. It wasn't the last here. Well, he's having a look back here, the 19 there for St Thomas More. We're not worried about the footy. He's going to get absolutely crunched.
Good option. Kick him into the corners and make them work out. So he might have actually listened to his old man at some stage there, just kicking it into the corner.
Good run into the from marker defence to the Buchanan and Francis. Francis involved again, and along with Buchanan, so the halves doing the forwards work here from the marker defence here. St Thomas More didn't learn from the first time when they were covered by the markers. This time they go a little bit wider. That goes backwards. So let's 6s and 7s now, Thomas More. Scoreboard and the weather's starting to play on their minds. They're down by 12. They try and get their way out into this breeze. This kicking game will certainly favour Villa. That's been charged at. Pick dived on. Has it been looking for the referees there somewhere?
They go right, they'll score again here.
Buchanan, cut-out ball, catches it as Meredith. The Meredith again gives it off down to Kelly, and Kelly will score a double.
Yeah, good footy, good pressure. I think it was Edison Manane who charged the kick down, and Rakatowski, was it Maxi? Yeah. Good pressure and got the footy back and just a quick shift to the edge.
Yeah, but I've got to go back. They just didn't show any, obviously from the kick from Buchanan, I think it was down in the corner here, and they 19 took it and turned to get back, and then after that it was all disjointed sort of stuff here, and they relied on a kick early instead of going deep, and it ended up in the hands of a charge down from Radakovsky. They score on the right-hand side, but as I said, Buchanan getting involved the right-hand side. The left-hand defence of St Thomas More is at 6s and 7s at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if Kelly and Kerr don't get some more points on that right-hand side.
Yeah, well, Shawnee's a renowned try scorer out there, Sean Kelly. Nice and quick and knows how to finish. So just got to give him a bit of room and let him do his thing. So the boys haven't overplayed it, which has been really good. Angus Meredith's done a really good job just to catch and pass, and that's all they need to keep doing.
This weather's really bad now.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether this was included in my salary, John, but getting this wet, but happy to take one for the team. No,
good to go?
No, I'm good, mate. No dramas at all.
Don't worry, you got like I said, the washing machines around Rockhampton were going nuts overnight here. Players still got a front. I don't know how many sets of jerseys there are. Was the conversion successful?
No, I think it was waved away.
Yeah, conversion waved away. 22.6. I'm glad somebody's paying attention to the footy. Assistant coach here for Villanova. I think he just made that. He has no clue whether that was a conversion was successful. Only by the scoreboard. 22 points to 6. So Thomas More all to do here. 11 minutes remaining. Talk about for and against, which can come into calculations in these competitions. Obviously, you get points. I think you get half a point for winning a half as well, okay, even though if you lose the game.
Yep, rightio. Didn't know that.
Yeah, so unless that's changed, as you see, that's a good catch. That's a good catch. Loses the footy there. That's my fault. That might have been.
Yeah, you wrapped him up, John.
Yeah. Shawnee Kelly, was it?
Yeah, well, I gave him a good rap too. About a minute and a half ago.
No chance of hanging on to that then. So Thomas More with an opportunity now to try and get back into this game here. Short passes, which will be the order today. Patterson cut down for his opposite number 10 there in Sammy Binney. As we mentioned, he might have been out there. Slow to get to his feet. Might be just winded. And as he grabs his left shoulder, I'm not a doctor, clearly. Good carry there from the forwards from St Thomas More. Dummy half is Martin. Goes to the right-hand side. Patterson again with his second carry in this set of 6 here. He's going to get 10 metres within the try line, now 9. The wind comes straight into our faces here in the broadcast area. Steps off the left there. I think that might have been Schilling. 5 out. Dummy half now is Martin. I thought he caught it and just drops. It wasn't a great pass, JB, but I thought he had in the first instant.
I was actually going to say great hands. It was a poor pass from dummy half, unfortunately. And
yeah, Dylan Ryan comes up with an error. Good, somebody's listening to me?
Yeah, mate, there's a few out there. I'm getting a few text messages.
No doubt. Channel 9 will be next.
Good head for radio, they preferred. So.
No. But I think we called footy before a few times, you and I, way back in the day. There's an Spitz out there, and referees was questioned about whether it was a hand involved, but just a bar of soap spat out here. So it's Thomas More now with the footy. Where's the referee saying It's a knock-on, but was there an advantage? I would imagine there's a scrum feed here to Thomas Moore.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was first knock on by Villa. And that's 2 in a row now coming out, so it's an opportunity for St Thomas More to build some pressure here. And
well, I like to see the 13 and the 10 just close to the ruck here. Just Thomas More just got rolled up the middle here. The middle third is the only way through, I think, for Thomas More in these conditions. I know it stopped raining here, but it's still pretty greasy. The jerseys are wet. They go to the blind side here. It's just not a bad run here from the hooker. It's Lincoln Martin.
Someone sent me a message.
Yeah.
Lincoln's older brother, I think it was their leading point scorer a couple of years ago in the Confro.
Yeah.
So
very nice. I think there's Martin as a coach as well. Here we go now. This is what I'm talking about. It's with Patterson. We need another forward runner here for Thomas Moore. Got a play going out to the left-hand side, but they're going to go under ball here, charging for the big fella. He's going to get across the trial and a call for it, and they've got the chalk.
Oh, you've
Riley Schilling.
Watched too much footy, Johnny. You've seen that coming.
Yeah. Well, it's the only way there for Thomas Moore with the conditions. They've got big bodies here. And I think it was a 15, and Schilling has gone across and scored.
Yeah, well, that's just on good work from St Thomas More. Built some pressure, but 2 handling errors from Villa coming out of their own end hasn't helped on play one. So, it was good to see the St Thomas More boys build a bit of pressure and get a result.
He might have gone to the try score coming past us here now, I think. I'm pretty sure it was a 15. And brings them back into the game here, but they need to do more. It's unlimited interchange. And
13, I think.
13, was it? So, New League. Let's double check that. Can you find out try scorer for us? Double check on that try score. It might have been 13. It was 13? It was number 13, so you're right. Here's Isaac Newelly. Conversion goes to the right-hand side. They needed that. Down by 12, 6.5 to go here. Confraternity. So now Villa are playing a little bit later, JB.
Yeah, I think they're maybe 4 o'clock or 10 past 4.
Short turnaround, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they all get the same, don't they? So, as I said earlier, we would love to have played 2 games in a day when we're their age. So, that's what it's all about, and that's what they look forward to coming to these carnivals for.
I think we worked it out. It's 160 minutes over 2 days. Still not enough for mine, you're right. So, good defence here. That might be the fullback in Darcy Kerr, is it?
Yeah, I think Darcy's moved into the centres.
Yeah. So here they go again. Oh, that's good defence there. Three Villanova players involved. There's a ball carrier, and they get a penalty. Didn't get off him quick enough.
Just overcooked it there, Sam Binney. Just need to get up. It was great contact. And
that might have been Ryan Smith, I think. Good carry. Fine touch on into that breeze towards the Struddies tent. As I said, if you're here at Confraternity and you're running out of clothes, like JB and I are both saturated at the front of us because that breeze is coming into it, go over to Struddies. They'll have tracky pants. They've got jackets. They've got my favourite, the bucket hat. And you'll be able to get well decked out from Struddies. Didn't really want that one. He's a little bit flat-footed there. Is Ryan Smith, and he's going to be absolutely slammed on his back here by Darcy Kerr. I don't know whether the prop forward would be happy for a skinny fullback to do that to him.
Oh,
that's another beauty coming this time from Sammy Binney. So they might lead by 12 points, but they're certainly stepping up, and they don't want their line crossed again. Forwards winning the battle in the middle third here. I know forwards in rugby union like to get the upper hand against their opposing forwards, especially when it comes to scrums. I don't think the forwards would have been happy for that. The number 13 from Thomas Moore to get the upper hand to score that try moments ago. Last tackle, says Peterson.
Well, they're all in front of him, the 3 that were in front.
Put that high, swirling conditions going to be taken nicely there by Francis, I think it is.
That's Hudson Bishop who's taking the kick.
Big 1-2, trying to get through there, and he's going to stand the tackle. So that's a really good take, actually.
Yeah, well, considering he's a hooker, he's not normally on back there taking kicks. So.
Forwards can do anything, JB, you know. Goal kick. We had a number 10 kick goal there before. It was outstanding after he scored the try. from the game beforehand. Halfway line's crossed now by Villanova. We're inside the final 4 minutes. A little flattish pass here. The referees aren't mic'd for the touch judges, so the referee has to make the call. I think maybe the right one was right in line with us. Again, they're going to pepper this. Oh, short ball there from Buchanan. Finds some mark here. Starting to make inroads again. Again, they go to the right-hand side. Buchanan juggles it. Cut-out ball. Finds. He's going to get himself a treble there. And Sean Kelly will go over. A great pass there. A face ball pass there from Buchanan. Finds the mark. And Kelly and Buchanan combine again for another 4-pointer.
Yeah, great little double-up play there. They went there and got a result. I think he hit young Maxi Green short and then doubled up on the play. So, yeah, good footy from... I can't believe I'm going to say it's actually good footy from the number 7.
It is good. No, mate, credit where credit's due. Because he had the first 10 minutes, they were all a little bit disjointed. They didn't have any completions, and now he's just really injecting that try. The second last try before half-time, not the very last one. He set that one up there for
Joey Forster.
To score, yep. And since then, he's found his mojo in the league space. He's just put players through gaps, and most of those gaps are on the other side of the try line in the end. So Thomas Moore, 26-10 now. And I'll go for a short kick-off into this breeze, I would imagine. Great player that you and I both know very well. John Trio was a great, when he's moved into the 5'8" role, he really used the breeze nicely to send kicks up there that were just right for the time for players to come, midfield bombs to come through, and players were able to challenge that. And I think that's what Thomas Moore need to do here. That kicking game can be so...
Oh, unlucky. It's hit the post.
So important.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I took John's kicking licence off him when I coached him, but he's
just travesty.
Pretty talented footy player, that's for sure.
Well, he went from the back rower into number 6 when he started playing BRL, and he showed his wares because he was out of your grasp, JB.
Oh no, he was. Don't worry, he pushed the boundaries every week with me.
But it's just incredible what you can do with the footy because they're so light these days. Yeah. When we used to play, you can just make them hang. Thomas Moore will need to do that here with this breeze. Although they're going into the breeze, they can use it to make it hold up here. But Cox against them with a minute to go. It looks like he's going to go deep anyway. Going for the banana kick, and the chasers aren't really there. Buchanan grabs that.
Oh, that was forward.
It's a nice gridiron pass there. The referee's back.
He's got away with that. It was only 2 metres forward.
Well, Peterson's wearing the black and white stripes like an umpire back to front for a gridiron, but it was forward. That's been interfered with. They'll get a penalty as well,
that's
so it's cruel.
Yeah.
Anyway, 40 seconds remaining on the clock here. Villanova will come away with a win here, 26 points to 10. In saying that, though, I thought they were all done and dusted with a minute to go in the first half, and they were able to score a try. Let's see if they can do it again, especially the left-hand side. They're all coming towards the broadcast side here, the men in green. And the ball comes this way. Buchanan, ball out the back here. Taking it to the line here. This is good stuff. He loses the footy. It's going to be a knock-on, and that will be full time, you would think. But good play on the left-hand side. The right-hand defence and the left-hand defence on Thomas Moore has been carved up in the second half.
Yeah.
Full time here, 26 points to 10 in favour of Villanova from Cooperoo up against St Thomas More. John Buchanan, thank you for your time, mate. Enjoy the rest of the carnival.
I appreciate it.
Go and get your dry out, but if you're around about again, I'll get you to come over and join the call. And that is full time, as I said. We'll be back with the next game here. It's a Div 1 game. We'll see you shortly. It's live here for Confraternity 2025. Oh, mate.